A warning for the listener. This season we'll be tackling several conspiracy theories, and this episode contains one of those theories. Please note the discussions held in this episode are meant to inspire conversation. These theories are alleged and in no way are deemed factual. These conspiracy theories are not representative of the thoughts and judgments of the cast of Jarred as a whole. We encourage responsible research, conversation, and education on any subject matter discussed in today's episode. Thank you for listening.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Jarred. We have had a wild night already.
Big time.
So much.
We spent about an hour browsing wish.com.
Oh, that was crazy.
There is some amazing stuff on there.
So amazing.
I ordered Pepe pens.
What were they? $3?
They were $3 for 4 of them.
That's incredible.
Honestly, the best $3 you could spend.
Yeah.
Like, we've been here so long already. Holy. I opened a bottle of Moscato when we started, and it's gone.
I mean, I poured my drink, I think it was over an hour and a half ago. It's now 1:20 in the morning for me. Normally we start at, 12? Like, for my time?
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but okay. But, I mean...
We had to have a serious Jarred business meeting, okay?
We did. I'm not judging it. I'm just saying.
I do want to start having these weekly briefings where we talk analytics and how the episodes are doing and whatever, and I think it's really important to keep everyone apprised of everything. So that was...
And of course, we want to let everyone else know that, that we're involved, we're paying attention, we're trying to,
Yeah. And, for those who have not or may not have seen, for some reason... our posts on social media, the Free Britney episode, which was led by Amber, has now overtaken our series premiere in terms of streams on Spotify. So it is our top streamed episode of all time on Spotify.
Oh, my chest still caves in whenever we talk about it.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy. Like I told you, I knew that was going to be a hot topic. I knew it was going to kill, and I didn't have any doubts whatsoever. You're a very educated and wise person. That's why you're the mom of the friend group. So that was very exciting. I love that everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting as much good feedback as I've gotten, but I'm super grateful, and I just appreciate it all. I'm very happy, very, very happy.
Just no pressure for your next episode that you're doing, because you got to top the Free Britney one.
Yeah.
I feel way more comfortable now. I will say that.
It's
not to a lazy degree, but I feel like just weight off my shoulder.
Aye.
I feel bad because it's so far up until this season, it's I've pretty much written every episode, so it's every episode I go in, it's just so much stress, it's anxiety, it's oh my god, can I lead this episode? Like, are they gonna be, satisfied with what I brought to the table? But now this season, it's like, you guys are on your own. Like, if you don't bring it to the table, that is not my problem. So it's just
That's why I'm worried
it's just
now.
been. It's been like
Poor Dougie.
it's like a transfer of energy. I think it's great. It's like a distribution. I feel like it's just it's so much better than it all being on me to write every single
Sharing the anxiety.
It feels like an equal part, like, working team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, the Free Britney episode was great. The Stonehenge episode was great. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea necessarily, but that was very interesting to me.
This season gonna hit different. That's all we gotta say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm trying to say less, because I read that that's a sign of, like, anxiety or, like, nervousness. I don't know.
I just use it as a space filler. Just
But it's more indicative
Same.
than that. It's like, it's found that people use or us in situations where maybe they're not that sure of what they're saying, or sure of themselves, or the information that they're sharing, or
Oh, well,
feel-
shit, that was probably my whole Free Britney episode.
that's just me every day when I wake up. Just like
you guys should try it too. I've just been trying to be really conscientious about it, like, not saying it as much, because
I just tripped over that word you just said, conscientious. Oh my god.
what is it,
Ryan couldn't
Amber?
even say
Yeah,
What is-
no.
Amber, what is it that Leslie Knope's mom said? Is the sounding dumb or something like that? It was like,
I do not remember.
it's from Parks and Recreation. Like, the main character's mom, she said, was the sounding, or was the sounding dumb or something like that.
It
And
was
then-
something very close to that, yes.
Yeah, so I've been trying to curb my usage and be more aware. And I feel like when I don't use it, because my biggest problem is that it occurs when I am on the phone with customers for work. So I feel like when I don't, and when I make the mindful choice, or like whatever, to not use or I feel like I sound more confident, like, in what I'm saying, and they question me less.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
Yeah, I can see
Honestly,
that,
I
yeah.
get that, because that happened similarly to me earlier today at work. And yeah, I said, the person was asking me to check on something, and I was like, and it was because I didn't really know what the I was looking for. I was like,
Yeah.
let me just open this program real quick and check, when I really didn't know what I was looking at.
I feel like you have, when you don't use it, you exude more confidence. Like, people question you less, I guess. So, like, with me and, well, I don't know about your job and how much you deal with customers, but, like, with
all the time.
Okay, so, like, we and Ryan too, like, we're all in kind of a customer service field, so
Yeah.
whenever you drop that or and it's a more consistent thing, if you think about it from their side of things, you sound like a bumbling idiot. You sound like,
Yeah.
that's someone I can take advantage of. That's someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. But if you do it just seamlessly, without any uhs or ums or like, that just, indicates second guessing to me.
Yeah.
Then they're less likely to question you. So I'm just trying.
Oh, and see,
I've experienced the two
And
side
see,
by
what
side. Yeah.
I was about to say, like, and I feel like with my job, because, like, it's more or less like me communicating with, like, different other companies and corporations that are customers, technically. And they're so quick to be like, oh, well, let me just talk to your supervisor, or your superintendent, or, whatever. And I'm like, no, please let's not. And so, I really want to be more on top of my shit, but sometimes it just goes over my head and I'm like, yeah, just 1 second. And I just try to through the whole conversation and just pray to God I don't get an email about it later.
I'm so aware of it now that, like, I get annoyed with myself because it still happens out of habit. I mean, with work, especially if someone catches me off guard or if a customer gets mad or irritated or something like that, I'm like, and I'm like, oh my God, just shut up. Like, just stop. Like, I just get so irritated with myself. I'm like, can you just stop saying that? And I just find that customers question me less whenever I drop the bomb. So basically, I'm tired of working customer service. And if you guys could listen to Jared more, that would be awesome, because like I'm so tired of customer service.
You would save all of our sanities over here. We would just be very
tired
grateful.
of it. So tired.
I almost use my as a.
I would love to make this a full. Go ahead, Ryan. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I mainly use my as almost like a motor starter for my head, just like and I'm away. I use it as a Kickstarter for myself.
Trying to get that
the sentence is there. Yeah, the sentence is there. I just need to warm up myself to go like.
Your are just like kickstarting your own car for your brain.
Exactly.
I love it.
That's exactly what it is for me.
Oh.
Yeah, It's hard. It's really hard when you take a step back and you think about, well, not even think about, but when you try to speak without incorporating that additional line, it's very difficult. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's something you definitely have to work at. So I'm
yeah.
trying to get better at that. So we spent an hour on Wish looking at weird stuff, and I ordered Pepe pins and a shirt that said "Come in me, bro." There we go. I just dropped an oopsie.
I can't believe you ordered that.
Well, I wouldn't have.
Oh, by the way,
what?
I was going to say, I forgot to say, like, before we, like, got in, like, to our little meeting or whatever, and I stepped outside for a second, I showed Alan all of the screenshots that I had of our Wish finds, and each time he was like, what the f***? What the f***? Hey, that's kind of cool. Okay. What the f***? What the f***? Jess bought that? Okay. I was like, yeah.
Okay. You have a lot of excess money when you don't have children. So
You do.
I can't correlate.
I stay buying the dumbest shit because I want it. But yeah, my delivery date said between September 15th and October 15th. So if, the unlikely situation happens where it's after September 15th, and Charles, you're just now hearing for the first time on the podcast that I ordered a gym tank top that says "Come in me, bro." I'm sorry, it was supposed to be a funny, hilarious surprise, but it is obviously not anymore, and I still hope you think that it's funny even after hearing me talk about it. So
my days.
Yeah, there's that. So we also decided in that regard that eventually there will come a time, season unknown, theme unknown with Jared, that we're pretty much going to have an episode where we're browsing wish.com.
Pretty much.
And describing things we find. And that's going to be it.
It's going to be the most amazing one because we're gonna buy something complete random and not know about it and be like, oh wow, hang on, okay, yep, that's now in my possessions.
I just cannot.
I think it's gonna be wonderful.
I cannot wait for like group Christmases. Okay, like I gotta be honest with you guys. Like when this is gonna sound so gay, and I am allowed to say that because I am bisexual. This is going to sound so cheesy, but, like, I don't have children. I do not ever intend to have children. No offense, Amber. I love your child very much, and I hope that I am his godmother eventually after all 3 people ahead of me. But anyway, so...
Dude, I mean, I don't blame you. I like my kid, but I like my kid.
But something that I've said often in the past was that previously, when I was younger and naive and I did want children, my ideal holiday situation, be it Thanksgiving or Christmas, what have you, was me and my husband and our... Back then, I wanted 4 children. I thought 4 was the magic number.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow.
I don't know why.
You're out of your goddamn mind.
Yeah, we're going to listen to that. So I thought 4 was the ideal number. I mean, 2 boys and 2 girls. Like, I thought that was a great number to have. And also, like, my dad, he was a product of a 4-child home. So it was 2 boys, 2 girls. So, like, I grew up with that, thinking that that was the ideal number. So, you know, the whole time that I spent wanting children, the ideal for me was that Christmas and Thanksgiving I would have this lovely house, like something like Robert De Niro and what's her name had on Meet the Parents. Like, they just had this lovely 2-story home in, like, wherever, New Jersey, and they had this lovely dining room. They had these children, their grandkids, and, like, that was my dream back then when I wanted kids. But now I don't want children ever. I just want to buy Pepe pins from Wish.com for the rest of my life. But now that dream has become like you guys at the table for Thanksgiving and Christmas and whatever. So,
Jess, you want to adopt me?
I don't want to adopt you. I love you very much, but you're older than me, so I see you as more of a mother figure.
I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't do that, because right now my kid's so dumb, I'm not sending him to college.
Oh my god, this rosé is trash.
Just kidding. My son's amazing, and I love him, and he can do whatever he wants.
But yeah, like that is the dream for me. I mean, eventually, one day, I guess. I don't know.
It'll happen one day.
It will.
But, like, I don't know. You guys are like... This rosé sucks.
You got... Okay.
It's just trying to be so sweet yet about rosé at the same time. It's just...
She's struggling on how to process the two at the same time.
This is such a Jess moment right now. It's ridiculous.
This rosé is so garbage. I even forgot what I was talking about. Like, you guys were about to get the sweetest moment ever out of me, and then I took a sip of this rosé, and I was like, I hate everything.
I was really looking forward to it.
It was about how you wanted to buy us all Christmas presents. That's all.
Yeah.
That's just what I want for the rest of my life. I just want, like, a nice, like, Thanksgiving with, like, all of you guys, like, forever.
Which, as someone who has been in attendance to quite a handful of Jess's Friendsgiving events, hands down.
This sucks.
Stop drinking it. Just stop.
I can't.
Jess, let me talk about how good your macaroni and cheese casserole is, please.
It's amazing, and also don't forget the pumpkin roll thing.
It is. Pumpkin roll. Oh my god.
It is that time of year, and I would like to go ahead and put it out there to you, Amber, because I know that coronavirus has affected literally every aspect of our lives, but Governor Roy Cooper has recently extended us to phase 2.5, which allows indoor gatherings of up to 25 people. So, therefore, Friendsgiving is on and poppin' this year!
Hell yeah!
So, yeah. So,
just give me a day ahead of time. That way I know whether or not to call out of work.
Let me look at my calendar, because I'm so absolutely thrilled to have Friendsgiving in the new house. Like,
Like, one of my favorite desserts that Jess makes is pumpkin roe. I don't
That's
understand
like the
why
only
it's so
dessert I make.
No, is it?
No, I mean,
Either way, it's delicious.
So it looks like Friendsgiving will be on November 28th. So,
Got it.
yeah.
I got you, boo. I'm gonna be
I'll
there.
book it off work.
I just
Yes.
Just stick a laptop up on the table in my spot. And I'll
Yeah.
I and
Dougie, we're fully
every
FaceTime.
Friendsgiving.
Huh?
And Jess, every Friendsgiving, she'll give out, like, she'll set out,
Yes,
like, in the
I
place
do.
of your plate. She will put an ornament with your name on it.
Yes,
and then
I do.
after dinner, we go put the ornament on the tree wherever we want, and then that's where our Christmas decorations go. It's so sweet.
Yes, I do that. I buy Christmas decorations for everyone. I'm a fabulous person.
Okay, I'm gonna pack my bag. I'll see you in about 12 hours, Jess. Yep, I'm on my way.
Because, okay, the explanation is this, okay? So, like, with my family, I don't know if it's just for every family, but my family in particular, the weekend after Thanksgiving, that's when you decorate for Christmas. That's the way it's always been with my family. Like I said, I don't know if it's that way with everyone, but yeah.
Yeah, with my family, it's usually, like, the day after Thanksgiving, then the tree goes up for Christmas.
Yeah. The weekend after Thanksgiving, that's when all the Christmas decorations go up. So by the time Friendsgiving hits, it is Thanksgiving weekend. So I have put my tree up.
Sorry, it was always the start of December here.
Yeah,
it's not far off. It's not far off at all.
For me, because my birthday falls on the 10th of December, we've always done it with the day after my birthday. Decorations go up.
Really? Really?
Yeah. Some people obviously would see that as quite late. I would like to do it a little bit sooner. But sometimes we do. Some years it's been like, okay, well, look, your birthday is like on a Wednesday. Look, can we put them up on the weekend before, because everyone's off work? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm not first.
Okay. This is unprecedented kindness. But Ryan, I would like to formally invite you to come live with us.
Hell yeah! Cool, I'm on my way. Yep, I'm gonna be back.
Because we would start formally celebrating your birthday month in November. And I just think that it is unkind and borderline cruel to start celebrating that late in the month. Also, Amber, I'm going to need your advice eventually, because I have, like, how many Christmas trees do I have? Do I have 2 or 3 Christmas trees?
I can't find my suitcase. Where the fuck did I leave it?
Okay, look, I'm going to tell you right now, you should know by now exactly how I feel about Christmas decorations.
Okay,
and it's I hate all of it.
You're just like my closest girlfriend at this point, and I think I have like at least 2. I mean, I know I have 2 dependent Christmas trees. I don't know where to put the second one, and that is just such a first world problem. Like, most households
really
have
is. Like,
one Christmas tree.
You're talking about first world problems. I'm now debating which suit to bring to pack in my suitcase.
I'm just saying, if you move here, there is an entire bedroom that is free. I know that you have, a certain amount of money in savings, and we start celebrating your birthday month in November. So, but yeah.
Incentive.
And also Friendsgiving, which means a lot of ham, a lot of mac and cheese casserole, a lot of pumpkin roll. What else do we have at Friendsgiving, Amber? We have the cranberry sauce.
Whenever, the cranberries, the homemade cranberry sauce is good. Normally, we serve
Hunty, yes.
With our history of Thanksgiving, Jess will do a homemade cranberry sauce, and then she'll do the can, because we have one friend that, for whatever effing reason, she prefers the canned version.
Paige, we're looking at you, baby. We're looking at you, Paige.
We are looking at you, Paige. Because the homemade cranberry sauce that Jess makes, oh my God.
It's so good. I'm not even a cranberry sauce person, but it is so good.
I'm not either. That's the weird thing. But your cranberry sauce, I'll eat all day.
Sounds like Ryan's about to finally put on some weight.
I'm just
Hell yeah.
saying also the average bedroom size over here in America is probably bigger than the bedroom size in the UK. So
Well, guaranteed, yes, because you guys have more space over there.
yeah.
Ryan's moving to America, folks.
So, we will gladly house you for sure. We will definitely feed you and fatten you up for sure.
Hell yeah. What am I doing still sat here?
I honestly,
That's what I'm trying to figure out, bro.
We need to learn about Dougie's lizard people first, and then I'll come over.
We're like 25 minutes into this episode.
I was just
God,
thinking
we're
that
so horrible.
the longer we just keep talking, the less I have to worry about it.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm telling you, like, I want to hear everything you have to say, Dougie. I really do.
I do too. Okay, I've had some very, you know what? I'm working for the listeners right now, but I've had some very rosé. So, Amber's, we're all dealing with some stuff tonight, but Dougie is leading us tonight for the first time ever
in a podcast.
And he's giving us more than, I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, man.
So, Dougie is going to tell us about the lizard brains. So I just, give it to us, Dougie. Give it to us!
Please give it to me, Dougie. Please give it to me.
I am hearing something totally different right now. I'm really sorry.
You're just dirty-minded.
You know what? You were supposed to hear it that way.
So, I mean, I was contemplating talking like Steve Irwin, but I could not go through the whole podcast talking like that, honestly.
Well, I gotta ask.
Without cracking myself
I gotta
up.
ask, like, I gotta query, like, what's the difference? Because I saw you and Abdi in the group chat talking about going full Australian, and I'm just like, what does that mean? Like, is that like what Abdi does after he works at the airport for a couple of weeks? Because I swear that man has gone more Australian since getting.
No, it's more just the way of talking.
Or just slang, or like what?
Yeah, more slang than everything.
Dougie, I want you to talk to me however you want to talk to me. Okay?
I'll just do my normal thing, because I could not sit here and talk like Steve Irwin for the whole thing. So
I don't see what the difference is.
No, he's still Australian.
Look, I know the difference between how I talk and the way like Steve Irwin talks, and there's a big difference. That he is more the true ochre Australian.
I don't know what that means.
Ochre?
Yeah, basically the more they just use a lot more slang and the way they sound and everything like that. It's like, crikey, mate, get a load of this crap. Yeah. That
sounds literally no different than how you normally talk.
Well, to me, it is a big difference. Anyway.
It's like me when I try and put on an extra strong British accent, so I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. Okay. So, for those who've never heard of the reptilian conspiracy theory, the reptilians are supposedly an alien race, which they're human-looking lizard creatures that can shapeshift. Though there's also some that speculate they use a hologram type effect to hide themselves, which looking at some, and there is so many videos and whatnot out there, and some of them look like badly edited footage that someone's has failed at video editing to overlap a lizard head onto someone, and some of it's ridiculous. But anyway,
kind of like those. Do you remember those like Anamorphosis books?
Yeah.
Animorphs.
Yes.
So
That's what that makes me think of.
yeah, but so they're also known as Dinosauroids, Lizard Folk, Lizard Men, Saurians, and Draconians. Yeah.
Wow.
So they're tall, around 7 to 9 feet, have green scaly skin, 3 long fingers, an opposite thumb with talons on the end, holes for ears, muscular legs and arms, and large eyes. And they've been reported of reptilians with tails and without, with wings, without, hidden genitalia. And yeah, it's...
Just slip that one in there.
yeah.
Just, to be fair, it's not slipping
But I
out
mean-
anyway with hidden genitalia, but yeah.
I mean, how many lizards have you seen with their genitalia sticking out?
Their dick out.
Yeah.
I don't really study them, so I wouldn't know.
What is happening?
So, the history of them...
Lizard penises.
Lizard penises, yes.
We've peaked high-level entertainment here now.
So, history of them. Michael Barkin, Professor of Political Science at Syracuse University, said that the reptilian conspiracy originated in the fiction of Conan the Barbarian creator Robert E. Howard. The first appearance of serpent men was in Howard's story The Shadow Kingdom, published in August of 1929. So there was theosophical ideas of lost worlds of Atlantis and Lemuria, and back in 1888 from Helena Blavatsky's, something like that, The Secret Doctrine, reference to the Dragon Men, and the Howard Serpent Men described them as humanoids with human bodies and snake heads who were able to imitate humans at will. So hence the
Wow.
yeah, hence the shape-shifting side of the aspect. Like I said, there was a lot more than I expected.
Yeah,
So
you-
I'm only just
sounds
touching
it,
on the surface of it all.
Wow.
Apparently they lived in underground passages and used their shape-shifting and mind control abilities to infiltrate humanity.
What?
Yeah,
That's what the.
yeah, that's they're all through history since the
Okay, the sound
Early
that Jess
1900s.
just made is what like what my face just made. Like, the sound that she just made audibly is what my face just did visually.
I'm just sitting here with my head on my hands.
I haven't. Yeah, like I said, I'm only just touching the start here, and some of the. I'll get into some other stuff which you're gonna be interested in, I think.
Go.
Anyway,
Please.
in the 1940s, Maurice Doreal, also known as Claude Doggins, I don't know, wrote a pamphlet entitled Mysteries of the Gobi that described a serpent race with bodies like man but heads like great snakes, and an ability to take human form. These creatures also appeared in Doreal's poems The Emerald Tablets, which he referred to the Emerald Tablets written by Thoth, an Atlantean priest king. Barkin asserts that, in all likelihood, Doreal's ideas came from the Shadow Kingdom, and that, in turn, the Emerald Tablets form the basis of David Icke's book, The Children of the Matrix. So, David Icke, or Icke, I don't know, it's I-C-K-E, the surname. He is the most recent one to bring to light. Hang on, I'll just go through my paperwork. So, David Icke, according to British conspiracy theorist David Icke, who first published on his theme in 1999, work the biggest secret, tall blood-drinking, shape-shifting reptilian humanoids from Alpha Draconia star system, now hiding in underground bases, are the force behind a worldwide conspiracy against humanity. He contends that most of the world's
Did you say
ancient
blood
and
drinking?
modern leaders... Yeah, blood drinking. That's what it had.
What?
Okay, I didn't know if I heard that right.
Yeah, no, I'd never heard about that one either, but hey, yeah, each to their own. He contends that most of the world's ancient and modern leaders are related to these reptilians, including the... I'm going to stuff this up. Merovingian dynasty. Merovingian.
I don't know what you just spelled.
Yeah, Merovingian. I'm guessing that's what it is. Dynasty, the Rothschilds, the Bush family, and the British royal family. Ick's conspiracy theories now have supporters in up to 47 countries, and he's given lectures to crowds of up to 6,000. American writer Vicky Santillano concluded in a list of the 10 most popular conspiracy theories, describing it as the wackiest theory she has encountered.
Did my man say the Bush family?
Yes, the Bush family.
Like George W?
I mean, what other Bush family do you know?
Yes.
Anybody else looking over their shoulder right now? Like,
I feel like very uncomfortable in my own skin.
No, I'm not scared about that. I'm sat in my dark room right now. I'm looking over my shoulder like, lizard man, you good?
Okay, so according to Ick, reptilians on Earth thing began with a mysterious group of aliens known as the Anunnaki. Oh, bloody tongue-tied. Mm-hmm. They came to Earth in its earlier days.
If you get us in trouble for that.
They came to Earth in its earlier days and decided to mix things up a bit. Hey, let's have some fun, I thought.
What?
They hailed from the planet Nibiru, also known as the reptilian theorist community as Planet X, searching for gold. On Earth, they found plenty of gold, but needed slaves to mine for it, so the Anunnaki took some of their DNA to create a lesser species to do their works, i.e. humans. So according to Ick, we were created from the reptilians.
What?
Yeah, the Anunnaki. I'm going to struggle.
Hold on, wait,
something.
but based off what you just said, we were created to act as slaves.
Yes.
Essentially.
Pretty
I'm
much.
sorry. Hold on.
Got it.
This, according to Ick, yes.
There's a small chance, 0.0001% chance that I am entirely too drunk for this. What?
So
What?
Yeah. And so, of course, they then chose to stay on Earth to supervise and rule over the new humans. Ick and other cite evidence in the art and literature of the Sumerian culture to back up the story. According to Ick, reptilians seek to tear down Western culture, participate in groups that promote having relations with children, wage conflicts for oil, and generally continue to make the world a wretched place in which to live. When they aren't doing those things, they are busy shape-shifting so that humanity will remain ignorant of their actual identity. Yeah.
I don't have words.
I'm really uncomfortable. For the first time this season,
Yeah.
I'm genuinely uncomfortable. I mean, the Britney thing made me feel nauseous, and the Stonehenge thing was whatever. But now But now I'm like, I just don't feel normal in my own skin.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I feel normal in my own skin. It's just
like with regards to the video footage. There's videos out there where people have focused on certain people's eyes, and they blink the normal way, but then you get the side movement, which reptiles have the sideways eyelids.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Shut up. Can I find that on YouTube?
Oh yeah, just
they're
search. Just search reptilian on YouTube, and you'll get a shitload of stuff.
Stop.
Okay. But have you seen this, like the videos of Mark Zuckerberg and what he was in court for something? It was, I don't remember.
Oh, it was.
Was it
I
the
remember
data
when he went to.
It may have been, it may have been data infringement thing. Like he was in court for something, and he was just like, I don't know, like.
Okay, Mark Zuckerberg himself,
Well,
this might get me in some. I don't feel like he's an actual person at all.
He's injured.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay. I'm so glad I'm not the only one.
They do believe that he is a reptilian. Yes.
Mark Zuckerberg is 1,000% a lizard person. Like,
allegedly, we have to say allegedly.
Okay. He is allegedly a lizard person. But I mean, like, this guy, like, okay, I get it. Like, you know, I realize that, you know, nerd and geek are like stereotype, like buzzwords. And like, I get that he fits into that stereotype. I mean, I get it. Obviously, everyone gets it. There I go with the ums again. But there's a little bit something more to that aspect for him. Or in terms of him, I think. I mean, if you observe him, that dude is strange. Like,
he's a very robotic type person.
Yes. It's weird. Like,
he seems very, like, calculated in almost anything that he says or does. It's like he's programmed to do the things and say the things that he does.
But what's weird is, like, I don't remember him always being like that. I mean, he's always been kind of a nerdy guy. Obviously, he's... God, I'm trying so hard not to step on anyone's toes.
I was always more of a fan of Tom from MySpace. So I
mean, yeah, but, like, I mean, in the first years of Facebook, I mean, Mark seemed like just this, like, techie guy who had an idea and it blew up, and, you know, he's not necessarily an underdog, but kind of like, I guess, someone who didn't expect his idea to blow up the way that it did, but now his reactions and his behavior and things of that nature are on the more robotic side. I definitely think that Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard person, and you probably cannot convince me otherwise.
Allegedly.
Yes. But, so going back to Ic's theory that we were created by the lizard people from their DNA.
Right.
Where was it? There. So... occult expert Gary Bone decided to take some of Ic's theories to task, insisting that while the foremost expert on lizard people was pretty much off base on all fronts, he did get something right. Humans do have a reptilian brain. In the side that...
What?
In the way... Yeah, just listen. This is the area of our brain similar to that of reptiles, which controls the body's vital functions such as heart rate, breathing, body temperature and balance. Our reptilian brain includes the main structures found in a reptile's brain, the brainstem and the cerebellum. It also controls our basic instincts to fight or flight, eat or have relations. So, Ic's response to that was insisting that our reptilian brain only bolsters his theory further. and manages to implicate the Illuminati into the whole affair.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
What?
Here we go.
It is important. Yeah. Sorry,
Go
go.
ahead. Oh, no, I just had a question. Can I ask? Okay, so what part of... I mean, I don't know if you know or not, based on your research, but what part of our brain or our behavior is considered the most reptilian?
I have a suggestion if he does not have an answer.
Okay.
Well, it says here just the main part which is found in a reptile's brain is the brainstem and the cerebellum. So it's...
But what does that... What kind of effect, I guess, does that have, like, in terms of the human brain? Like, what aspect is that in terms of the human brain?
Well, it's just the basic controls, as I said.
So is
That is exactly what I was gonna say. Like, have you ever looked at like a lizard, like up close and like see just how fast it might breathe? Like, think about it. Do you even think about breathing?
So in the most basic explanation of it, it's your id, right? Like it's your natural needs and responses. I mean, like hunger, like things like that. It's your id.
Yeah.
Right?
It says that's control of your basic instincts.
I was just wondering because obviously everyone here everyone in the group chat knows, but one of my favorite shows is Dexter, and like one of the mentions that is often mentioned in later seasons is his lizard brain, and it often has to do with his hunches about murders. And so I was just wondering, like, what aspects of reptilian, I guess, features come into play in terms of our brains that would, I guess, cause that reference.
Well, it's basically the same for everyone. Oh, excuse me. As I said, it's your basic instincts to fight or flight, eat or have relations. So it's the same thing. For him, it'd be whether to do something wrong or not. Sorry, I've only watched a little bit of Dexter, so I can't remember, and it was a long time ago.
You've watched Dexter?
Yeah, I watched Dexter. But not for a long time.
But I knew Dougie was a good man.
But how much?
Not a lot. It was
like
on
a whole season or like a couple episodes?
Probably a few episodes.
Dougie!
But that was right back in the early days. Probably the first season. So
Dougie, you have to make me a promise as your best friend.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
You have to promise me you're going to watch every season.
I'll try.
Look, the season with the Trinity Killer is the one that's most worth it.
Okay. Okay. I can't imagine only watching like 3 episodes and then be like, oh, I'm done with it, like Dougie. But Dougie, please, 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 I implore you.
You have to do it for Jess.
Please. Please. Okay.
I'll
anyway,
try my
on.
best. I'll just go with that.
Okay. And if you have any questions or you have any comments or, anything like that, you can just ask me. I'm like the expert now. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So, yeah, back to where I was, implicating with the Illuminati. The basics about the reptilian brain, because it reveals where the character and attitudes of the Illuminati come from and how and why we are manipulated mentally and emotionally in the way we are through television and other imagery. In case you were wondering, yes, the Illuminati and the lizard people are indeed in cahoots with each other. That's what they put in it. So it's, yeah.
I knew it.
And so, yeah, it's crazy to think all this. Like, I can understand on that side why they think we are what we are and the reptilians are real and everything because we're related in that way. But I mean, how close are we related to apes as well? It's
See, that's what I was thinking.
and other animals as well.
Yeah,
we
we're
share
still
similarities
technically
to other animals.
mammals
So
and animals.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's But anyway, on to numerous world leaders that are lizards in disguise.
Donald Trump. I'm sorry.
He's actually
I'm
not
trying
on
to
the list.
Remain politically.
Well, on
Really?
the
I'm
short
sorry,
list that I've got.
I'm
So-
trying to remain politically unbiased, so.
Okay, so this is just some of the most recognisable in politics. So George W. Bush, Bill,
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
Bill-
No. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm so sorry to interrupt. But George W. Bush, like, okay, that dude was strange, but he was also really dumb.
He was.
I cannot imagine him being a reptile person. Like,
that was just his
Anyway,
thing to
go
throw
on.
you off the scent.
okay, okay, go on.
As soon as that door is closed, he's yeah.
Yeah. So Bill and Hillary Clinton,
Okay,
Henry Kissinger,
okay.
Barack Obama,
No,
I heard
Joe
about that one,
Biden?
but I don't.
yeah,
Mitt Romney.
yeah.
I'm not sure about this name. Newt Gingrich.
Newt Gingrich.
Newt Gingrich.
I don't know much about him. I've heard of him. I don't know much about him.
Ted Cruz and Donald Rumsfeld.
Yes, 1,000%.
Confirmed.
Ted Cruz. Okay, so I
And-
want to interject here because, go ahead.
I was just going to say one more for Ryan's sake. Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a way, I can see that. Yeah.
I've
You
got a bit
sound
more to go on that one
faltering
with the
in your
Queen, but yeah.
voice. I
But
would
what
just
were you
like to
gonna
say
say,
in terms of Ted Cruz, I don't know if it made its way overseas to you guys or not, but there was like this whole meme a couple of years ago where like someone somehow deduced that Ted Cruz was the Zodiac killer.
What?
Which I don't.
There is a big theory here that he's a Zodiac.
Yeah,
Or
like
that is it him or is it his dad?
No, it's him. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know if the Zodiac killer thing has also made its way overseas or not. Have you guys, Dougie and Ryan, heard of the Zodiac killer?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like there was this whole meme thing a couple of years ago. I think it was probably in the last election where like the whole thing was that Ted Cruz was a Zodiac killer.
Wow.
I don't know that it was based on anything substantial or not. It was just kind of like a funny thing. But Ted
In
Cruz,
terms of memes, I was gonna say in terms of memes and Ted Cruz, it was either he was a Zodiac killer or he was the lady off of Maury that was trying to find her baby daddy.
Ted Cruz is 1,000% a lizard person. Like,
He really is.
there's no, and like I fully believe that Queen Elizabeth is. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, like, there's so many like pictures and memes where it's like, oh, like she's this cute little old lady, but like no, she's a lizard person, and we will get into that in my episode. Yeah.
Well,
Foreshadowing. Ooh.
apparently, Russian President Vladimir Putin may believe that the Queen is a reptilian. Because apparently,
So
Putin can off.
apparently in
I can
2014, Putin was present at the 70th anniversary of the D-Day landings in Normandy, France. During this visit, Western media repeatedly noticed and made mention of his avoidance of Queen Elizabeth. Taking great pains to keep his distance, he didn't even help the elderly monarch up a set of stairs. Later it was revealed that he was steering clear of the Queen because he had just seen her shapeshift, a power that
What?
Stop.
Some media outlets
Dougie.
quoted Putin as describing the Queen as having a long reptile face, almost like a beak, and she is sickly grey dishwater colour.
Stop it. Stop it.
Okay.
So-
I might sound a little, unhinged saying this, but like, I don't not believe that. I think there's something off, and I think there's something like bizarre about these major political figures, and the Queen is not relieved from that, it's just weird to me. I mean, if anything, she's number one for me. I could totally, I'm not saying Putin was, 100,000% accurate in saying she had like a fucking tail or something like that. But I don't not believe that she is a reptilian person.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not going to rule out anything right now at this point. I mean, fuck.
the royal family is so strange and just so deeply bizarre. Like you said, I would not rule out anything. I'll get into that in my episode. But I mean, it just goes, it runs so deep. I mean, it's just, and they have such an influence and such a rule over that part of the world. It's just, it's weird. It's strange. I mean, I would not rule out Queen Elizabeth being a lizard person at all. Sorry, Ryan. I know she's your best friend, but
And I mean, that's only a few.
You drink tea with lizards.
There is a lot of celebrity politicians and whatnot that are supposedly reptiles.
Okay, so that was your politicians. Like, what have you
Now
got? Do you have anything in terms of celebrities?
Oh yeah, I was just about to get into that.
Go.
Go.
Apparently, numerous celebrities exist among the lizard people ranks as well. There are arguments for Taylor Swift, Katy Perry,
Yes.
Madonna,
Yes.
Angelina Jolie,
Yes.
Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
No.
Just
Yes.
to name a few.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
The proof of their true nature usually comes in form of the involuntary shape-shifting that gets caught on camera. One of them was Justin Bieber.
I believe it though.
During a 2017 tour here in Perth, in Australia, Western Australia. Excuse me.
Someone get him.
A local paper published a story that he was seen shape-shifting on stage by hundreds of fans. He, of course, denied the accusation. According to an article in Perth Now, which has since been removed from their website, during the alleged episode, Bieber's head shrunk, his eyes went black with stripes down the centre, which could be his very reptilian irises. He grew taller and had gross coloured scales on his body. According to one fan who allegedly spoke to the Perth Now, it happened so fast, but everybody saw it and started screaming and crying. A lot of people were running for the exits.
Wow.
Okay, can I just... Okay.
Go for it.
I do not think Justin Bieber is a reptile person. And I'll just say, because... Okay, so the people that you listed, like Taylor Swift, Madonna, who else was there?
Angelina Jolie.
I think you said Angelina Jolie and Miley.
Miley Cyrus, Katy Perry. That's only a few.
Spare for Miley. Okay, so Justin Bieber, I mean, I could be totally off track here, but in terms of Justin Bieber, he hit this high point, especially, I mean, he was globally known, but especially here in America with the Disney people or the Disney fans and stuff like that, the younger generation, they flocked to him. But he had this downfall. It wasn't it wasn't as severe as Miley's, where it was like, he was caught on camera smoking salvia and crying out for his ex, like Miley was. But, I mean, Justin was like, I'm not a Justin Bieber fan. Let me just go ahead and preface this. But Justin had, or is even currently going through a down period where it's like he doesn't want to be in the spotlight. Like, it's more, I guess his more human side is showing. Yeah. I guess. Where it's like he's tired of the childhood stardom. Like, it's just exhausting and it's wearing on him. Whereas these people like Madonna, Katy Perry, whatever, like, they haven't really had collapses like that. No. To that extent, where it's just like they just keep on trucking, like they just keep producing music, they keep on going on
they
tours.
Seem more like the leadership version of the Reptilians.
Yes, that's why I don't like, as much as I'm not a fan of Justin Bieber, I don't necessarily think he is a reptilian person, because
if he were to be reptilian, he definitely wouldn't be in the top tier. Like, he's not like a captain or a lieutenant or nothing like that. Like, he's just one of those private soldiers just trucking on.
I mean, he's younger than me, and he's already seemingly tired of, like, he's just exhausted of the fame. Whereas these people like Katy Perry, Madonna, Angelina Jolie, they've never really had a downfall per se, where it's like people were necessarily concerned for their well-being, or like they were just tired of fame and things. Almost like similar to Britney Spears. I mean, she was on this high for so many years, and it's just like you can't ride that high for so long and not hit it down, right? Pretty much. So I mean, these people they keep on trucking, they keep putting out music, they keep going on tours, they keep doing concerts, they keep doing, all these things, and it seems like they never tire of it. Like, I could see those people as being reptilian people, Angelina and all those people.
Which, I mean, I guess he did take a break or whatever, but I mean, Justin's been, like, releasing stuff this year, right? I mean, but he's not the type of music that I keep up with, but I mean, I know just barely enough.
But he was really, like, on the down low for a while, like a couple of years. Oh, okay. Like, he did that whole, like, I mean, he just dropped off and then, like, just kind of, like, fell off the radar, and then he married Haley Baldwin, whatever her name is. Sorry, I'm not trying to be degrading here. I don't know these young people.
Yeah, no. It's Haley Baldwin, which, I mean, from what I've kind of briefly heard, that whole Baldwin family is just a whole thing on itself. That might be a whole jarred episode on its own, to be honest with you.
Fun fact, I met Billy Baldwin before.
What?
Ew, come on, he's like the least known Baldwin.
But still, that's a fact about you as your friend that I didn't know.
He spoke at my Christian school one time for chapel.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's like one of those that's like, oh, I was lost in the Hollywood lifestyle, and I got lost in drugs and alcohol, and then Jesus set me free. Yeah, he like spoke at he spoke at our chapel one time. It's no big deal because he's like the least famous Baldwin, but yeah.
Well,
but yeah, so like, yeah, that's just my reasoning with like Justin Bieber. Like, I don't necessarily, he has shown a more human side, I guess, than the others. It's like you've never really heard of like Taylor Swift and Angelina Jolie and Madonna getting knocked down with their dick in the dirt for several years, or like they're totally demoralized, not wanting to carry on with their careers. It just seems like a more human aspect, I guess, for Justin to have gone through than these others. I mean, I can definitely see Angelina Jolie being a lizard person, but, I'm a little biased towards Jennifer Aniston. So
is it because her face is so symmetric?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is her face really symmetrical?
I think that her face is pretty symmetrical. I mean, that's just off my standards.
It is.
I've never looked into it like that.
It's close.
No, she just. I mean, she's never. I mean, come on, like she's been famous for how long, and she's never really shown a human side to the public before. Ever.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think making out with your brother is all that human.
No, I mean, like...
Wait, what?
Okay, if you don't know about that, you have to Google it, and we don't have time to go over it right now.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
probably... Okay, you have to think that was probably before Ryan's time.
It absolutely was, but it was probably a little bit before my time, too, and I still know about it.
No.
Or it was in the time where I definitely wouldn't have been able to pay attention to
I
it.
remember that happening when I was like, okay, so in short, Angelina Jolie took her half-brother to, like, the Oscars or something like that. Anyway, she kissed him on the red carpet.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
These weren't just pet kisses.
No.
You need to Google them whenever we finish
They
up.
were
Oh,
like...
there it is.
And,
Oh.
yeah, no, like, and it's bizarre because, like, he looks like her.
Freakishly.
It's
I
it's
feel
not
very
like you're...
uncomfortable. I feel very
It's not like your
It is.
normal,
It's
like...
because it is uncomfortable. It's because it is uncomfortable. I have a half brother,
Oh, there was-
and I have no intention on kissing him in that
Lexi is
manner.
my half sister.
There is
I
multiple
And do
can't.
you want to kiss her like that?
There was
No.
multiple occasions as well. Oh, I need to burn my phone now.
No, and it's even stranger because I mean, you know, even if she's not close with him growing up, they look alike.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like-
but in terms of lizards, do they not care if they kiss their own
Probably not.
Oh.
brothers and sisters or
Probably
their
not.
half brothers and sisters?
I've just never gotten the vibe from Angelina Jolie that she's just like an average human being. Like, the lizard thing totally checks out 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I just, and you know, I am biased in a way because of Jennifer Aniston, even though it was 15 years ago. But I'm also not biased because it's like you can look at interviews, you can look at pictures, you can read stories, and just, you know, it's more than about that part of her life. Like, it's just, she's a very strange person, and so is Madonna, and so is Katy Perry.
Madonna is very weird.
Madonna is, sorry Ryan for extra work, but Madonna is weird. Like,
Thank you.
I don't know. And if this is the episode that gets us famous, if this is the episode that sends us, then, you know, we're going to have beef with Madonna, but whatever.
I mean, at this
I think
point,
they're
if
probably
anyone's
used to
caught
it.
up to this point, we're probably going to have beef with a lot of people.
I mean, honestly, Madonna's like 70. It's time to it's time to abdicate the throne and hand it over to someone else at this point. I mean, just
There comes a point when an artist has to admit enough's enough.
Shots
at
fired.
least pass it over to someone who is willing to, you know, give it to you straight.
Yep.
So, yes. Anyway,
Back on track.
This is a very hot topic. Yeah, just
so
it's very upsetting.
Yeah, so they're all through everything. Like, someone said, why do the lizard elite need celebrity representation? And someone said, basically, in short, it's similar to the idea that the Illuminati needs agents enmeshed in pop culture in order to control the masses through coded messaging. So, hence why they're everywhere. So they can control us. Which also goes on to enslaving the human race in the New World Order. So,
Ooh,
yeah. And apparently,
that sounds sexy.
out of all different types of aliens visiting the Earth, the reptilians are by far the most dangerous to our existence as humans. They have very little respect for us and want the Earth for themselves. Some say that the Greys have been working against the reptilians in order to help the human race, but it is unclear why. They may have a similar agenda and just don't want the reptilians to acquire Earth before them. So, who knows? But I think I'd much rather the Greys than the reptilians, honestly.
Okay, so I just have to ask. Okay, so Dougie, in your research, in terms of the reptilians and like this New World Order stuff, Okay, so did Beyonce appear on any reptilian list?
I didn't go into those lists. I didn't actually search.
Okay. I'm just asking. I'm not like hopefully like optimistic. Like, you know, I'm a huge fan. I'm like just hoping she's not. I could see Beyonce and Jay-Z being reptilians. Honestly.
Oh, for sure.
Like I just wanted to ask because I didn't know. I feel like they would be like in the top 5. In terms
I just kind of like and respect the
reptilians.
idea. No, I just kind of like and respect the idea that they just want to take over, you know, just the human race or whatever. Because I mean, even Jess, think about the frog that's been visiting your back porch recently.
Don't like literally.
Listen.
Do not put
Listen.
in my head. Like
Listen to me. Listen. Does that frog think that porch is his porch?
I don't know.
Look, I've seen the pictures of that frog. He thinks that porch is his porch.
I've never really looked at it as anything other than he hangs out underneath the porch light where there's bugs.
Because that's his home. He thinks it's his.
He's got
That's where he gets
a
food.
smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Like but
I've never looked at
in
it as
his
anything
mind
more than that.
But in his mind, he probably thinks like this is where all the great food comes from.
Where are you going with this? Are
is
you trying
where-
to say that Pepe is Beyonce?
I'm trying to say that Pepe is the new king to your back porch area. That what you think is your back porch is not your back porch. It's his in his mind because he thinks that he's got, you know, this feast of all these dead bugs and around, and then he's got Charles petting him every now and then in front of Sadie taunting him.
I feel like you've had way too much wine, and so have I.
Maybe.
Anyway, Dougie, go ahead.
Yeah, well,
I just wanted to ask about Beyonce, so.
Yeah, look, they probably are. I didn't go into it that far because it's just so much around, and
It's
that was just
a
a few.
wormhole, I imagine.
Yeah. Like I said, with ties to Illuminati and everything like that, it just goes, forever. And like even down to alien abductions. Apparently, there was a police officer who was under hypnosis recalled being taken aboard a UFO in 1967 by humanoid beings with a slightly reptilian appearance who wore a winged serpent emblem on the left side of their chest. I mean, skeptics consider it a hoax, but
A what emblem?
a winged serpent.
A wing.
Okay.
So a winged snake, basically,
just-
type thing. But yeah,
Okay.
so
That's not terrifying.
yeah, it's
If
that was-
2020 has taught me anything, it's don't rule out anything.
Yes.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
like supposedly it's even in what was it, in the Bible?
The Bible?
I'm not sure if
What'd you say?
I'm not. Yeah, it is in the Bible, apparently.
Where?
So they've been around, beginning of mankind, given the human race much of its early technology, helped build the pyramids, worked with the Mayans, and helped start early religions pretending to be gods, and manipulating Adam and Eve in the Bible, while dealing with the story of the Garden of Eden. The Midrash also deals with the serpent. It declares that before causing Adam and Eve to sin, it had legs.
So you mean to tell me it goes to the top of the top?
Bereshit Rabbah 19. I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong. According to this, the serpent was once a tall, splendid and regal creature. When its fate was decided, and it is written that upon thy belly shall thy go. The Bereshit 3:14. The ministering angels descended and cut off its arms and legs. Bereshit Rabbah 20. I'm probably saying those completely wrong, but this is just from the information that I found, what other things. And I should tell you where I got my info. I have that written down. So my sources were Wikipedia, of course, is one of them, but alienUFOresearch.com, ranker.com, and David Icke's website. Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff on there. Not just reptilian either.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My brain is...
Yeah.
Fried, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't drink enough for this, but at the same time, I feel like I drank too much for this.
Dude,
definitely
the
drank.
same. The same.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it
this
definitely gets you
rosé-
thinking. That's for sure.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I didn't anticipate that it would go back to the beginning, like to the creation of man. I mean, I thought it was something like in the last several generations.
Dude,
I
as soon as he said the serpent that deceived Adam and Eve, I was like, what the
Yeah, that's when it
Yeah.
took a definite turning point for me.
But don't forget, this is people's interpretation. Like, how many people have interpreted the Bible differently itself?
Yeah,
So-
but that's exactly how many people have interpreted the Bible differently. Like, that's like, I mean, someone had to get it right. I mean,
yeah, like all the different interpretations, that just gives you all these, different various ways that could have happened. And then, like, as me just hearing, kind of this whole reptilian theory for the first time, like, I wasn't even going to pinpoint it to that at all. That was not a thought that I had in my mind, even as someone that doesn't really believe in the Bible or any of that shit. But as soon as you said it, it was like, oh,
I mean, like, okay, so even though I pretty much have agnostic beliefs, I don't not
Same.
believe the Bible. Like, I think that the Bible, while previously you said is the longest game known of, telephone.
and that's just personally how I feel. Everyone can feel how
that
they
is
want.
accurate.
Right.
I also don't feel that some of the stories in there are untrue. Like, I mean,
Right.
like some of them may have been written as like a virtue thing or like like kind of a lesson to be learned kind of thing.
Right.
I think that maybe most realistically, Jesus was not this magical, like, I just hit my mic, so sorry, Ryan, editing.
Fine.
Like,
Didn't hear a thing.
like Jesus was not this otherworldly thing. I think he was maybe falsely praised or believed to be something that he was not, and that
and
people,
definitely was not white.
well, duh. But I think that people maybe exaggerated the things that he did, or things like that. I don't know. But in terms of this lizard thing, it's like, I don't know. I just don't know. And a lot of it makes sense. Like the Taylor Swift thing, the Angelina Jolie thing, the Ted Cruz thing. Like, I 1,000%, like, there's no doubt in my mind that Ted Cruz could be a lizard person.
Ted Cruz is definitely a lizard. Like, I know I said
Absolutely.
allegedly earlier, but
And Mark Zuckerberg, like, it's just there's some of these public figures where it's just like there's no doubt in my mind that regardless of what I think about lizard people, they are a lizard people. Like,
But I mean, even before Dougie said that Mark Zuckerberg was on the list of things, I said that there were aspects about Zuckerberg that didn't sit right with me, and it had to do with his mannerisms and how he carries himself as a person. I mean, it's just some people, the way that they act and the way that they communicate and the way that they operate, it's just...
I don't even think Dougie didn't list Zuckerberg as a person.
I didn't.
Did he?
Jess mentioned it,
You didn't?
but no.
Yeah.
I just confirmed that he was on the list. But I never mentioned him
Yeah,
to start with.
Dougie did not list him as a person. It's just like what we've observed from him that's just bizarre.
Exactly.
Like,
He's just the way that he carries himself, some of the shit that he does, and I'm sure that with a lot of celebrities that it's like that. It's just, I know for me, Zuckerberg is just one of those odd characters
that
for
dude
me.
is a creep like, okay. I'm... Like, maybe he'll ban my Facebook account for saying... I don't
was
know,
about to say, there goes all of our Facebook boosts that we were just talking about that we had.
I honestly,
all
don't
those
care.
analytics just go to
From what I've heard, he's got his hands in a lot of situations with Facebook. I'm just not for it.
Ooh.
So ban me if you want to ban me, but whatever. Yeah. But this also makes me, like, really think about... Oh, God, I've got the wine burps now. This also makes me think about Eyes Wide Shut. Has anyone else here watched that movie?
I don't think I have.
Dougie, Ryan?
I don't know.
No.
I know the one you're talking
Okay.
about. I just can't remember if I have watched it or not. I can't remember. It would have been a while ago.
It was a movie. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, they were the leads. I think they were maybe married at the time, and it was a Stanley Kubrick movie. I think it was actually the last movie that he released before he died, or I think it was actually released posthumously. Like he died before it was actually finished. But it went into these kind of subjects with, like, the Illuminati and, like, the New World Order and things like that. And like, now that I'm learning all these things with our research with the podcast, like this reptile thing and, like, all this different kind of shit, it's giving me a new perspective on this movie, because the whole premise is that this regular average Joe guy kind of stumbles upon this secret society or this secret organization where they do all this weird shit. And it's like, it's strange shit, and it's sexual shit, and it's just, after he attends this, like, one event, it begins to rule his brain and his life, and it just fucks him up, essentially. But, I mean, like, after we've done the research that we've done so far, like, between the four of us, and, hearing how some of this stuff connects, it's just... Yeah. It's just kind of unnerving for me how, like, that movie is, like, slowly becoming reality. Like, it's just, it's bizarre, and I feel nauseous. Like, anyway, I highly recommend you guys watch that. It's absolutely phenomenal. I hate Tom Cruise, but it's phenomenal.
That's probably, as soon as you said it was Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, I've gone,
yeah,
I've never watched it.
Yeah, as soon as you said it was Tom Cruise, I was like, oh, I haven't seen it then.
Oh, no, I cannot stand Tom Cruise, but that is, like, his one and only movie that I can actually stomach to watch.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know that there's a single one of his movies that I've actually sat down and watched all the way through, unless you count, what the is it called?
Collateral?
Nope, not that one.
Top Gun?
Nope. Tropic Thunder, when he played that one, but he was I didn't realize it was him in the movie. I thought it was something. Yeah.
Okay, that's how I felt about Collateral. Like, he was, like, so well disguised in Collateral that it helped me take away from the reality that it was him.
Yeah.
No, I didn't realize it was him until the very end of the movie, where it was like, this is Tom Cruise, and I'm like, oh. Never mind.
But, I mean, Eyes Wide Shut is, like, prime time, like, Tom Cruise. Like, I cannot stand it. But it is, like, please watch it. Especially after we've talked about these kinds of things where there's obviously something inky going on with, like, the celebrity underworld. Like, it just gives... Now, watching it, it just seems like it gives so much insight into the things that we are talking about. I feel like it's so relevant. Like, I implore you guys, please, like, go watch it. I feel like there's just going to be such a greater understanding and, like, detail to these kind of subjects that we're tackling this season. And the more that we find out from, like, the celebrity side of things, the the more real this stuff
Yeah.
becomes, and it's just bizarre.
Yeah.
Right.
Please, Amber, me and you, maybe we'll watch it whenever you come over.
That'll work. That'll be fine.
It's so good, but yeah, it's definitely it came out 20 years ago, but it's relevant. It's more relevant now than it was back then, for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
yeah. Anyway,
So
I
what-
think we'll leave that there. So-
I feel very upset right now. Like
I'm
this
very,
whole like lizard thing has me like shaking in my boots.
It
Like, I
leaves
just-
you really uneasy, honestly, and like kind of skeevy feeling a bit. I mean, not trying to say that Dougie makes me feel skeevy, but just this whole theory in general.
Well, I think it was like easier to be a little skeptical about it when we thought it was a relatively new theory, but like learning
no,
that it goes
it's-
back to the creation of man, I think that like for me personally, that makes me feel a little bit like, ooh.
Well, I mean, some believe that it goes back to then. Others believe that, yeah, it was more recent. Well, not recent, but I think, yeah,
I
like I said, some
I don't
believe
know what
that
to believe.
they created us. Others believe that they've come here when we were just starting out, so to speak. And, yeah, so who knows?
I don't know what to believe. All I believe, or all I know is, like I said in the previous episode, like, you know, if I'm going to take a forever dirt nap, I just want the answers to the world's most mysterious questions and then send me off to sleep. Like, that's all. Like, I don't know anything. I just don't know. I just don't know. And this season is making me so mad.
I know we're not getting like a whole lot of answers, but like more questions than anything.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
also
we're just
kinda
making it
fun.
harder on ourselves.
Like I said,
I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
expect answers, but like I didn't expect more questions. Like,
like I said, there is
Holy shit.
a lot of stuff out there on this. Like, since David Icke first started really talking about it, the movement has grown huge. There's literally thousands and thousands of people that follow him, probably millions, and believe his theories on everything like that. So, yeah. I mean, like, I believe in aliens, that they've been involved with us for years.
1000%. I don't think anyone disagrees with you here on that.
Not here, no, but there are plenty that believe that we're the only intelligent life form in the universe. It's like, seriously, get a hold of yourself. We are not intelligent.
Point of view.
Yeah, no, I
Compared to aliens,
no,
we are not
we're
intelligent.
we're not all that's out there for sure.
No.
Can
The universe
Can I just
is
say
way too
something?
large for that.
Oh, absolutely. I think you know, like, I think Americans get such a bad rap for being so full of themselves, but I think it's just the human race in general. I
Yeah.
mean, like, just people, like, globally who think that we're not the only, or who think that we are the only source of life. It's just, it's bizarre to me, and it's very self-centered, and it's like, oh, you think you're the smartest thing in the universe ever? Like, please. Like, what? Oh my god, my brain.
It's fried,
I
right?
got nothing.
It's fried, but like, we're also like getting like really like deep into the show right now, so I'm like trying to compose my final thoughts for the show, and
I don't know that I have final thoughts.
Okay.
I just have questions.
I'm going to tell you something very upsetting. I like almost always towards the end of the show, I jump on Facebook just to like, you know, see what I've missed in the last hour and a half or so, and see if there's anything I need to mention, you know, any breaking news or anything like that.
Right.
I get on Facebook and I'm in this group. And in the group is I'm high and I have a question.
I love that group.
The photo is the person flipping off a Hollywood Walk of Fame star for Nicolas Cage. And they say, I'm not high, I want to be, and I do have a question, but do you guys have someone that you irrationally hate? Mine is Nicolas Cage. And I'm just like, why? I mean, why? Yeah. And then I go to the comments, and top comment is Jeff Goldblum, man. And I'm like, what?
What?
I hate humanity. I hate humanity.
What? Like, I mean, like, the majority of the comments are Tom Cruise, which is, like, relatable.
Yep.
Listen to me. Leave Jeff Goldblum alone. Like, he has not done a thing, okay?
I'm like, first of all, what do you guys have against Nicolas Cage? And second of all, what did Jeff Goldblum ever do to anyone? Like, what?
Nothing ever in the history of ever. That is what Jeff Goldblum has done.
Like, if you want to make me mad, if you want to make me mad, talk about Daddy Goldblum, please. Anyway, like I said, I usually get on there towards the end of the show just to make sure that, you know, no one big has died since we've been talking. But oh my god, I feel like a part of me died.
But while we're on the subject, don't shit on Jeff Goldblum or Jess will come for you.
I will literally murder someone.
Not literally, allegedly.
No, literally. So anyway, I forgot to mention it at the beginning of the show, but, you know, if you guys like the show, or if you want to suggest something, or, you know, a theme or anything like that for upcoming seasons, you can hit us up on Instagram or Twitter. Instagram is
at jar.podcast.
Jar.podcast.
It is a jar.podcast. Okay, and Twitter is at jarredofficial.
Yes.
And then the Facebook, that's in the description if you're listening on YouTube.
Correct.
But if you're not listening on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, then you need to go back to YouTube. And find the Facebook link. I feel like Ryan hasn't contributed very much tonight.
I think we threw him off with the Queen.
I think his poor brain for one night is just... I think Ryan has taken this night to take in as much information as he could.
I had to clear it, and
we've broken.
It's gone. I'm trying to process all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Dougie. I feel like Ryan checked out around the time of the Queen.
I had to go make a few phone calls. Like
Ryan actually checked out around the time I was like, you could totally come live here and I will feed you until you're fat.
What are you talking about? I've been packing. What are you on about?
So yeah, so I forgot to mention that earlier in the episode. So I think I mean, unless anyone has anything else to add.
No, I think we're done.
I have nothing.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close it out because we're at an hour and a half, which is...
Son of a...
Okay. Yeah, so, there I go with the again. If you liked our episode, then be sure to go check us out on either Anchor, Podbean, or Podchaser, where you can, you know, rate or review individual episodes or our overall catalogs. Seasons, there I go with the seasons 1, 2, and in progress season 3 are available on all 3 websites. Woo! As well. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, which we greatly appreciate ratings on any of those possible. I don't know if ratings are possible on Spotify, but they are on Apple and I think Google.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah. And, you know, if you're not the type of person who regularly listens to podcasts, but you listen to this episode for whatever reason, just download it. Like, I mean, you know, downloads mean more to us than anything else. So we definitely appreciate the downloads. You know, if you don't have time to listen to it now, if you're in a rush, if you're somewhere that you can't listen to it, you know, something like that, download it.
Keep it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Listen to us later.
Yeah, listen to it later. I mean, if nothing else, download it and then never listen to it. I mean, you know, whatever. I mean, as long as you download it, that's what really matters here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll be returning next week. So, next week it will be my turn, and I will be taking on a royal subject, a British subject, which, as I had previously mentioned to Amber, that I felt I was going to give to Ryan when we were discussing these, but I also at the same time felt like someone, or the person discussing it, should have at least remembered when it happened. And
yeah,
I
that
felt
would've
like
been more helpful.
Ryan probably would not have remembered.
Correct.
So
95, baby, poor thing.
yeah, I'm going to be talking about Princess Diana next episode, and the circumstances around her death and the mystery around her death. And Ryan did not remember that because he was very young, so that's gonna be me. So yeah. What else is there? We are sponsored by Five the Gamer. If you want to shop around for gaming headsets, or I mean, his headsets are really multifunctional. It's not necessarily for gaming.
Yeah,
I mean,
those
I'm
are
using
good.
mine right now for the podcast. Yeah. So, if you need a headset in general, go check out Five the Gamer, and you can use discount code JARRED. That's JARRED 20 check out for 10. It's 10%.
10%,
right?
yes.
10%. Yes.
10% off of your order. And I will, I don't know that I've mentioned this before, but that 10% off of your order, it does go toward Jarred, our podcast in general. So, every cent that you spend, it goes towards us and financing our dreams, pretty much.
Yes.
So we definitely appreciate that. We definitely appreciate the contributions over the last 3 or 4 months since we got this discount code.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. There we go with the ums again. We are also a partner with xtiffy.com. If you are interested in the Grand Theft Auto outfit side of things, then xtiffy definitely has everything you need. So be sure to check her out. She's got the outfit components for whatever your heart may desire. So go xtiffy.com. She will, do your thing. But I think that's about it. Be sure to tune in next week. We're gonna be talking about Princess Diana. The anniversary of her death was a little under a week ago, which I could not have timed more poorly in terms of my episode airing. But whatever.
You get that.
Yeah. So is there anything else that anyone wants to add? I feel like I've been one of those post radio ads, just talking a mile a minute.
Obviously, shout out to Dougie for all that obviously great research that he's
Shout
doing
out.
and stuff.
Hell yes,
Yes.
Dougie.
Thank you, Dougie. I will not be sleeping for 3 nights.
Yeah, that's me. That's me done.
Ryan's got to go to sleep now.
Honestly,
I've got
I'm gonna fall asleep to the lulls of his voice that I remember. Even though he was talking about creepy I'm just gonna forget the context and just hear his voice and go to sleep peacefully.
Just pretend there's no content behind it. That's all.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in bed in about the next 20 minutes, just hiding under the cover like that. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. You're all right. You're okay. What the f*** was that? Yeah, I'm gonna be. That's me.
Between this trash rosé and the whole reptilian thing, I feel like I'm gonna have nightmares tonight about Queen Elizabeth wrapping her reptilian body, just coiling around me and suffocating me.
Yes.
Thank you for that image.
I
Jess.
apologize for that.
Now we all won't go to sleep.
That's just my preliminary thoughts, but whatever.
No, it's all of ours.
I don't have a problem.
Okay.
Well, good night, everyone.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
Good
Thank you
night.
for joining us. We will see you next week.
Next week.
See ya.
Good night.